Drop.
The drop, when executed correctly, should put your dog in the Sphinx position. Notice here that the dog is at the heel position. The forelegs are extended straight. The dog's body is straight and in line with the handler. The rear legs are tucked up tight under the dog's body. The first technique for teaching the drop is to compel the dog into the drop position. When the dog executes the command, we have a folding back and down into the position. Looking at your dog's body, imagine a box that goes from the top line down both legs. The bottom line of the box is the ground. Draw an imaginary line from the dog's shoulder to where the back paws meet the corner of this box. This diagonal line is a guide for compelling the dog into the drop position. Incorrectly done, the pressure you use will move the dog's position backwards. You have pushed the dog back but not down. If the dog's head moves down, but he does not bring his chest to the ground, you are pushing down without enough pressure back. The correct compulsion will bring his chest down first and his back down immediately after. In a properly executed drop, there will be no steps or movement forward or backward from the legs. Just a smooth accordion-like collapse with the chest down first and the back following. It is common to run into resistance on the drop command. Your dog may mistake your compulsion into the drop as a display of dominance. He may struggle at the beginning. But if you continue gently guiding the dog into the drop position with reward and praise, the stress of the command will pass, and your dog will begin understanding and fulfilling the command without resistance. A word of caution here. If you encounter any aggression from your dog during the teaching of the drop command, this may be because the dog is confused with submission and dominance issues. If you encounter any growling or snarling, there may be a handler dominance problem that needs to be addressed. In this case, continue the training, but muzzle your dog for your own safety. If aggression continues, you may need to find a professional trainer to guide you through this step. As you see here, there are a number of techniques to teaching the drop position. In this first, the handler applies gentle pressure at the back of the shoulders. The push is down and back so that there is no leg movement or steps forward or back. The chest goes down first, and the rear lowers itself after. When your dog goes into the drop position, praise and reward, and in a normal tone of voice, say the command, drop. Here's another technique. As you can see here, the dog is at the heel position. The handler reaches around the dog's shoulder with his left hand and clasps the left front leg. With his right hand, he clasps the right front leg. Now, by applying gentle pressure down and back, the dog is moving chest first into the drop. Notice that the handler is using his arm and shoulder to gently push the dog down and back, following that same imaginary diagonal line. When your dog has executed the command, praise and reward and give the command drop in a normal tone of voice. In this third technique, we use food to bait the dog into the drop position. This technique works well with puppies or dogs that are highly food motivated. Begin at the heel position. Kneel down, but stay at heel. Hold the dog's collar with your left hand to prevent any movements or steps. Hold a treat with your right hand and clench your hand into a loose fist. Set your fist on the ground between the forepaws. You will notice that your dog begins to sniff and attempts to get at the treat. As your dog is lowering his head to the treat, apply gentle pressure with your left hand at the dog's shoulder. Follow your imaginary diagonal line, pushing down and back. When your dog goes into the drop position, open your palm and reward with the treat. At the same time, praise and say in a normal tone of voice, drop. As covered in the Basics chapter, relying on food beyond the teaching phase is a bad habit for you and for your dog, but this is a particularly relaxed and stress-free technique. Any student that is motivated with food will easily learn this lesson, and you will find little resistance from the outset. But when your dog is consistently complying with the command, use food rewards less often. Reward with praise and petting, or introduce a toy as a reward for complying with the command. Within 200 repetitions, your dog will require less compulsion. Within 400 repetitions, your dog will begin complying with the command on his own. When your dog complies with the command 10 to 15 times on his own, without any compulsion, you're ready for the training phase.